Okay, so in this video, I'm giving away one of the sales training calls that I was paid $6,000 to do. It goes through one of my students' entire sales calls where I identified how to get to the fear within the first few minutes, how to overcome a skeptical prospect using the proper reframes, and pre-handling all objections for a 6K paid in full. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Itai. I went from almost being fired at the beginning of my sales career to now becoming a top performing closer, making over 20K a month consistently, and now helping high ticket closers do exactly the same. Now, you and I both know that you are watching this video right now because you know that there is room for improvement within your sales process. Now, I would highly encourage you to put your phone on do not disturb, get a pen and paper, cut out all distractions, and lock in, because this is the exact call I needed when I was stuck at 5 to 7K a month in commissions. So when the thought process of a 20 plus K a month closer is broken down on a silver platter for you, I expect to have your full attention, or else just click off and go doom scroll and send your friends some brain rot and don't get better. That's your choice. So without further ado, let's get started.
Where you calling in from?
Cresthill, Illinois.
Oh, no shit. Okay, got you. I'm a good bit away from you. I'm in Dublin, Ireland. It's currently
Damn, brother.
sunset for me right now. But
I was kind of hinting at the accent. I was like, okay, he sounds from far away.
yeah. Man, are you still good to go for the full hour if needed?
Yeah, let's do it.
Got you. Okay, let me just let the team know that you're here then. It looks like,
Okay.
yeah, you were speaking to my business partner, Luke, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, hopefully you didn't bore you too much.
Not at all.
Also, he may have sent you over some resources to go over before the call. Did you manage to go through any of them?
Yeah, I went through the 45-minute long YouTube video and the other
Damn.
9-minute one as well.
Good.
Fair play.
Good work.
Mhm.
Did you find any of those helpful in any way?
It reminded me of what's required in order to really move forward, especially with the mindset and the consistency aspect, which I feel pretty confident about. I just need to execute regarding that.
And man, that's really why we just do these calls too, right? It's literally just for me to get a good understanding of where it goes out with this, right? Because we've helped a lot of people, as you've seen.
Mhm.
There's some people that we can't necessarily help. I hope you understand that.
Correct.
So based
Yeah,
on the
I agree.
conversation, yeah, like exactly. If I'm confident that we can help, I'll walk you through exactly what we do and how it all works. But regardless, man, I'd like to say I'm a pretty blunt and honest person. I'll still try and point you in the best possible direction I can. Is that cool?
Correct. Yeah, definitely.
Sweet. So, man, in your own opinion, what's the biggest reason you're looking to make money with wholesaling right now?
The longevity aspect of it. I understand
Well,
and have learned that with the real estate boat, it's more of a long-term haul. I'm definitely more of a long-term individual. And it's
longevity, man, you'd be surprised. I've taken thousands of these calls and be surprised how many people say that. And it's interesting because it means something different to each individual. I'm curious,
Mhm.
what does longevity actually mean to you?
Good.
It's just it's something that can be sustained for a longer period of time rather than just like month by month. Like we've seen like within real estate, it's like rental properties, it's investment properties. There's so many strategies within real estate. It's not just one single tactic like realtors, as many common folk understand it to be. It's we got wholesaling, we got BRRRR, we got subject to. We have all these different kinds of strategies to make money off of it. So if something doesn't work one way, which would typically be the wholesaling way, then you also have other means of doing it. You can BRRRR it, you can substitute to it, all these other fanatics to making a profit off of a property, you know?
Interesting. What do you do for work right now? Are you in real estate at the moment?
No. So I'm currently working for Walmart, Walmart warehouse. So
Okay.
great company, not gonna lie. It's been a great company to really be a part of. It's my first warehouse job. I have 10 years of management experience with McDonald's and other fast food companies such as Chick-fil-A. But I've transitioned all of that work experience to leadership, and that's really where my calling has been within leadership. As of right now, within the warehouse, I'm a CSD lead, a continuous skill development trainer.
Leadership, that's an important word. Let's keep that in mind. Leadership. Okay.
So I not
Okay.
only do I onboard and train the new associates, but I also help them out with further training, power equipment, truck driving, wherever it is that they need training for. I'm certified for practically everything within the building. So it's safe to assume that my ability to learn something pretty quickly, it's there, and the confidence for it.
Interesting. Man, in your current position, it sounds like you've rose all the way up. I'm curious, where do you see that lack of longevity with what you're doing right now?
Good.
The
Exactly what I would have asked.
constant amount of the consistent change. As I told Luke last night. There was like a quick change in which there was a restructuring within the company in which we had to do. So we were initially a second shift, and now we're a third shift. And that kind of change, well, yeah, it does take an effect to your health, which is health is a key component to me. I'm also a personal trainer, so you're anybody within the fitness industry understands how important sleep is. So that's where my sleep schedule is kind of like messed up at the moment. Uh, so I've
So
with
that's
real
why
estate.
you mentioned about missing the having to sleep in and your shifts were getting changed. When did this happen?
Literally the beginning of November. All of October, I was stressing about it. They offered me a package for like 3 months. Like, yeah, okay, you can get paid for 3 months until you find something else. But I was like, nah, I need the security. So yeah, let me go.
Ooh, nah, I need the security,
Hmm.
right? Security,
Yeah.
safety, fear, less risky. I need the security.
Like, yeah, okay, you can get paid for 3 months until you find something else. But I was like, nah, I need the security. So yeah, let me go and figure this out. Plus, I just got a new car, so it's like, damn, all right. Now I'm really backed up in the corner.
Man, hearing yourself talk about it, like being a PT, wanting to keep like your health out of probably everyone, you value health probably the most, and that being jeopardized because of these new changes start in November. How does that sit with you, man?
It can be very stressful, and it's
Right.
like, damn, at this point, it's like I'm allowing life to happen to me rather than me letting make life happen, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Rather than me making my life.
Bro, this is fucking amazing so far. Great job.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
It's like stressful. What makes it stressful? Um, I'm allowing life to happen to me. Why do you feel like it's that way? Why do you feel like you're letting life happen to you? Or how long has it been that way for? Where you're letting life
Yeah.
happen to you, right? Those are like good things we can get from.
That version of you that's already achieving his goals, the 2.0, that makes his own life, doesn't allow it to happen to him. What type of actions do you think that version of you takes that differs from the person, the 1.0 version of you that allows life to happen to him?
Okay, good. Too early for 1.0 to 2.0. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because we still haven't painted a clear picture as to what 1.0 looks like. We don't really know what that looks like yet. We don't know
Yeah.
what his 1.0 version is. We can assume, but like we don't really know. We haven't talked about it yet. We haven't challenged any beliefs yet.
Okay.
Though we can only get into 1.0 versus 2.0 when we start challenging some sort of beliefs of the 1.0, because then we could make that comparison between the two. Right now, there's not really any comparisons, right? There's no limitations yet. We haven't gotten there yet. Once we do, then you could say 1.0 versus 2.0 however many times you want, but not yet. What I want to figure out is why is he letting life happen to me and how long it's been that way for?
Right.
How long has he been letting life happen to him? Why? How come? Then we'll get to the limitation. Once we get the limitation, then we can do 1.0, 2.0,
Okay.
3.0. Yeah?
Makes sense.
Time management. That's my struggle right now. It's definitely time management.
Why do you say time management?
Uh, Having more structure within my days. That's where a lot of lack happens. In the absence, like I could be more productive if I were to manage my time correctly. If I were to set time blocks throughout my day, like okay, for this time, we're focusing on this. Why? Because by the end of this, we will have this completed.
Okay. Why do you feel like we're not doing that?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like we haven't been doing that? Yeah. Now we're getting closer to the limitation. We
Mm.
just broke another layer.
That makes sense.
It's beginning to make sense, man. I'm just thinking, like, if you
Yeah.
know that's what you're supposed to do, why aren't you doing it?
Good.
Yeah, I need that additional piece of guidance as well, like the hand
Externalizing. Yeah.
Yeah. Responsibility.
holding, I guess, to an extent.
Mhm. where do you feel like in your own life the guidance will be most important for?
I think as of right now, it's
You see how you were taking a few seconds to think and then you answered him?
Yeah.
He just mirrored you. When you asked him a question, he also took a few seconds to think and give you a good answer. Because he sees that you're trying to figure this out with him.
Right. I never noticed that, bro. Never noticed that. Interesting.
Just now. Like, let me play this again. Watch how he mirrors you.
I need that additional piece of guidance as well, like the hand holding, I guess, to an extent.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where do you feel like in your
5 seconds.
own life the guidance will be most important for?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I
7.
think as of right now, it's just getting started with continuing to get started with real estate and taking more action with it.
You see that?
Yeah.
You took 5 seconds
That's
to respond because you were thinking. You didn't just want to like spit something out, which is fucking great. That is control right there. You controlled yourself. You didn't say, you didn't sound like a retard. You just sat there and you thought for a few seconds. This is very, very good. It's hard to do that. It's like throwing a left hook and like making sure your body doesn't like fucking swing with it. Yeah. So it's like you threw the
Yeah.
hook
Yeah.
and like you stood in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes more sense. That makes
That's
way more
what
sense.
that's what that reminds me of.
That's good.
And then good, taking more action with it. Let's see where this goes.
Interesting. You say that. Why do you say that particularly? Taking action with it, getting help with that.
Having that accountability partner, at least. Yeah. Of like, hey, okay, did you get this done? No, I didn't, because I can say that like, okay, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, but it's so easy for me to just say like, I'm gonna push it off for tomorrow
Hmm.
or next week, and then next week comes, and then like, nothing's happened.
Does that happen before? Have you let that happen before?
Little backstory: I reached out to a realtor
Mm.
back in October. It was a potential deal, but it flopped ultimately. Um,
Okay.
Bonus didn't work, but it's just and then that's when the whole restructuring happening within the same month with the company, and that was last stress. And now we're into a new schedule with November. November's
Mm.
done. We're into December now. Okay, now what am I gonna do differently this time?
Mhm.
So now I'm trying to find like different ways. So like, okay, what can I do now? What kind of actions can I take moving forward to ensure that, something changes, not the possibility of it, but actually providing results.
What type of actions do you think the version of you that actually changes makes, and how does that compare to the type of actions that the version of you who allows life to happen to him takes as well?
Okay, let's see.
See, that's why it's too early to ask that because
Right.
there's no limitation yet. So we can't make a comparison between how this person moves and how this person moves because there's no comparison to be made. You get me? So
Right.
once we get a limitation from him that he's been procrastinating, he's been delaying it because we were getting there.
Right. So he has to actually like we have to get to the point where it's like it's labeled, not
Yeah.
just like described, but when it's labeled.
Yeah, because like he said like procrastination without saying procrastination.
Right.
So he says like, well, I can say that. He said he needs an accountability part. I'm going to do this tomorrow. The easy thing for me to do is push it off tomorrow, next week. Have you done
Yeah.
that before?
Right.
Yes, I have. How long do you feel like you've done that for?
Mm.
Why do you
Yeah.
feel like why do you feel like you're letting life happen to you? Do you feel like that's part of it? Yeah. Okay, where does the procrastination come from? Why do you tell yourself, why do you tend to tell yourself, I'll do it, but then you end up pushing it off? Why does
Mm.
that happen?
Yeah.
You doing it when you say you're supposed to, like what's behind that being delayed time and time again? And then you'll get to the fear. Now you get to the fear. Now you can do whatever you want. You reframe it, you overcome the fear, right? You help him understand what it's cost him, how it's not serving him. You consequence him on if he keeps holding on to that fear.
Mhm.
And then you can paint 1.0 versus 2.0. Because what you've done now, is he has a very, very clear understanding on how his current way of thinking and his current way of operating is not serving him. And here's what's going to keep happening if he thinks that way.
Right.
Now that you have that, and he has that, it's very easy for him to think of the inverse, which is anything the opposite of that. Now you can make the 1.0, 2.0 very, very easy because he understands it. He knows very clearly what 1.0 looks like, and so do you. So if we want to paint 2.0, well, that's easy. All we need to do is just take 1.0 and flip it, right? That is where it'll land a lot stronger and you'll get much more clear answers for that. But first, I want to get a limitation. Yeah. So you had a few opportunities to do that. Let's see how you bounce back.
Okay. Let's see. Taking intentional action throughout the day.
Mhm.
And just figuring out how that looks like. I can easily say like, let's get on calls and reaching out to agents. I haven't really done much of the driving for dollars from my end. I think I've primarily been working with agents. That's been like my main road on which to get started with.
Okay. Man, how long have you actually been wanting to get to a stage where you have that longevity and you're not at the mercy of some company and their changes towards shifts?
Dude, if I'm being honest with you, it's been more than 3 years now.
Okay, great. Amazing time frame. Now, guess what? You got it at minute 11. You could have gotten it at minute 3.
Yeah, you're fucking right. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
So is this call bad at all? No, it's actually fucking great. I'm really impressed. This is very, very good. But you can still do better.
Yep.
When he said, I feel like life's been happening to me instead of me taking control over life, that was the first opportunity. How long has life been happening to you? How long would you say you've let life happen to you? That is the time frame,
Mhm.
which it's probably 3 years or more. So guess what? If you got the time frame sooner, what else would you have gotten sooner?
The fear.
Yeah. So we're getting it in minute 11,
Yeah.
which isn't bad. Like that's good. But we could have gotten it in minute 4, minute 5.
Right. Okay, that's so interesting, bro. I almost had this like presupposition in my head that like I needed to have pain before I got a time frame and went into solution awareness, but
Said who?
clearly, what? I
Said
don't
who?
know, bro. That's what I'm saying. It was a presupposition. Don't know why the fuck I thought that.
Yeah. It's like following a script. It's like, let me make sure I know this first and then I'll do this.
Right. Interesting, bro. Out of curiosity, when he said life's happening to him,
Mhm.
you ask how long it's been going on for. Where would you take it from there?
How do we let it get to that point?
Yeah, that's bro. That is golden, bro. All right, understood. Understood. That makes sense. Yeah.
Like, I've been overweight for how long? 3 years. How do we let it get to that point? Same thing.
Right.
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
still getting the limitation. I see where he's going with it. I read the transcript.
Yeah.
You could have gotten it like within half the time that you got it. This is
Understood.
this is good. This is good. This is elite. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Dude, if I'm being honest with you, it's been more than 3 years now.
3 years? Okay. Man, 3 years, 36 months. This is not a Yes,
Good. You're concerned. You're genuinely concerned for him.
today thing, brother.
Yeah.
This didn't just come about overnight. I guess, why hasn't it happened yet?
I haven't had enough confidence within myself. Like in the beginning, it was a lack of confidence, a huge lack
What is this fear? Yeah.
Yeah.
of confidence. Like I didn't believe in myself. Um,
Remember, there was one key word I told you to remember earlier in the call. Do you remember what that word was?
It was leadership.
Okay. So, does this align with leadership?
No, not at all. Incongruent.
Okay. So, identity,
Mhm.
limitation. This is where we could start to tie them together.
Well. Yeah.
See that?
Mhm.
it's like I didn't believe in myself. Um, and if I'm going even deeper with that, bro, it was definitely like when I got out of my relationship. I was in
Oh, dude, he's good. He's just going deep with you. Great. This is not scripted at all, this call. This is like very, very good. The only thing I would change is what we talked about. But other than that, this is like a perfect call.
a long-term relationship for 9 years,
Understood.
and confidence was non-existent. It took these last 2 years to just really even begin building that confidence within myself as an individual and as a man. Started with hitting the gym, started with focusing more on work, and then realizing like, okay, work isn't really the end all be all. It's freedom, you know. It's being able to do what I want, when I need it, and above all, providing for my family. And that's been the biggest takeaway within this last 2 to 3 years. It's like, okay, I need to be a bigger provider. I can provide for myself, but can I provide for my family when the time comes? So it's
Ooh, ooh. Oh, it's so good. Oh, you just busted.
What
Oh,
did you hear? That was good. Which part?
bro, so much. He like so much.
Right, right.
Fuck, bro. I would have pitched this guy 10K.
All right.
So, all right, let's go through this, bro. There's a lot here. First off, okay, number one, confidence was non-existent. It took 2 years to start building confidence. Yeah, so he got out of a relationship. Maybe he got broken up with.
Okay.
Uh, hitting the gym, focusing. Okay. It's freedom. Freedom is everything. Being able to do what I want, when I want, provide for my family. These last 2, 3 years, I need to be a bigger provider. What made you realize that you're not providing enough? What made you realize like what does a better provider look like? The provider that you want to be, what does that look like in your mind? What do you see? Now look at this. I can provide for myself, but can I provide for my family when the time comes? Can you? Can you look yourself in the mirror and say that right now? No. How does that sit with you?
Hmm.
It's terrible. What does a provider look like to you? What do you see? This, and that. Does that kind of provider allow fear to control him? Does that kind of provider allow fear to dictate himself and his decisions? No, because every time you want to do something, how does fear show up in your mind these last several years? What does it say? What does it normally tell you, that voice in your head? Don't do it. You can do it tomorrow. Do it when you're comfortable. Do it when you're secure.
Mm.
That is key. Um, and we all have those voices in our head. But there's two types of people. One person, one version of you has let those thoughts control him. The other version of you can control those thoughts. Which one is putting themselves in a better position to succeed? Which one aligns more with being a better provider? That's an even better one. Which one aligns more with being a better provider? Which one aligns with being the provider that you need to be?
Hmm.
You mentioned earlier Leadership. Transition into leadership. What characteristics do leaders have? They're this, they're this, they're that. Do leaders let fear control them? Do leaders put time and distance between taking risks? Do leaders operate in fear and comfort? Or do they overcome it because they know that on the other side is success? So now we're like just slapping him with identity on so many different angles. Yeah. This is very good.
Man, I really appreciate you being transparent. I've taken a good few of these calls. You'd be surprised how many people make up 1,000 excuses as to why they're not where they want to be in life. And
Yeah.
you just coming on and just saying it out straight, Mike, like, look, man, honestly, maybe it was a bit of lack of confidence.
Good.
Where ultimately, from your past relationship, do you feel like that lack of confidence came from?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. Where do you think deep down that lack of confidence manifested?
Lack of confidence. Let's see. I was always searching. I was never becoming. hmm I was searching for that safe space rather than becoming that safe space for myself. And that also includes the provider aspect. I was always looking to be provided for because of my, yeah, as many would say, as your traumatic upbringing. But I had just reached the point in my life where I'm like, okay, at this point, nobody's gonna come and save me. So I need to save myself
Fuck,
from this
good.
sinking ship. And how am I gonna do it?
Love that.
What do I have?
That's good. Did you catch that?
The
I was
no one's gonna come save me.
searching for a safe place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Safe is like risk averse, operating in comfort. Yeah.
Yep.
And then he realized no one's going to come and save me.
Mm.
What made you realize that?
Yeah. Powerful shit.
What made you realize that nobody can save you only besides yourself? So I need to save myself from that sinking ship. How am I going to do it? What feeling came up when you had that realization that nobody can save you besides you? Two, three different powerful questions we could have asked there.
Mm.
So this is very good. You guys are,
So
you're
I need
there.
to save
You're way below the surface.
myself from this sinking ship. And how am I gonna do it? What do I have? All right, let's figure that out.
And it ties back to, it's congruent to what you said earlier about that older version of you that let life happen to him.
Yeah.
I'm the one that actually makes life happen. Man, I'm curious, was there a specific turning point when you realized that this lack of confidence is doing more harm than good, and it's probably time to shift into a different direction?
Yeah.
Good.
Again, it would. Damn. This does go back to like.
He said, damn.
Damn. He
You know-
knew it, bro. He knew it. I was in like a shrug,
Like he
man.
knows, like, fuck, this is deep.
Obviously.
And he's going back to like memory lane. And bro, this is
Mhm.
exactly what the fuck I would have done, bro. Oh, bro. Shit makes me happy, bro. Fuck.
Thank
My
you, my
earlier
brother.
days, back when I was, just unhappy with that long-term relationship. It was like, okay, I don't see my life being the way it's getting played out right now.
Mhm.
I've been with you since I was like 14, as in like the ex-girlfriend. I'm like, the way our relationship is going at the moment, it's not something I want to continue or pursue. It's not my form of happiness. That was my turning point in which I could finally learn to say no to what I didn't want. Was it difficult? Yeah, because it was 9 years since middle school, grade school, all the way until like we were like early 20s. So yeah, it was definitely hard, but that's when I just needed to decide for myself, like, okay, what's gonna really A, make me happy, and B, profitable, and C, successful.
What you can also do, that's like a great example of him like overcoming fear. Like
Right.
ending a 9-year relationship. That's like very scary for someone to do because think of what's going on in their mind. I've been with this person for 9 years, like almost a decade now.
Right.
We've created all these memories, all these experiences. This person knows me better than anybody else that I've ever met. And now I'm letting that go. What if it never gets as good for me? What if I never find someone else that can replicate that? But that relationship ended because he wasn't happy with himself in that relationship. So he stepped out of his comfort zone, having to say no, like, we're done after 9 years, which is like a massive risk. And it's very scary and very uncomfortable to do, which is probably why they've been in a relationship for 9 years. During those 9 years, there's probably like a number of years that he was probably like done with it already, but he didn't do anything because he was afraid. So you can always like bring that example to him and how him making that jump was like one of the best decisions he could have taken, made for himself and his future. So it's like now we have more shit to work with too. He's walking you through his own personal example of something very impactful where he had to overcome fear. So now we can just help him realize like how bad the fear is. Yeah. And how dangerous it is. How dangerous it is for his future and him becoming a provider and a leader.
Coming to those conclusions by yourself through experiences, you'd be surprised how much that can shape someone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm curious, man,
Good.
from those conclusions you came up from yourself, what type of actions did you start to accrue and how did you start to build that you didn't have before then?
Fuck around and find out.
Boom.
Can I ask you an uncomfortable question, but
Go for
one
it.
that will help?
Go.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fucking great.
Man, why has it taken you 3 years to finally get confident?
At this point, what do I have left to lose?
Fire. Fire. Because if we're not succeeding, we're failing. If we're already failing, like what else can we be afraid of? If we're in it. Why be afraid of something that we're already in?
How did it get to that point? How did it get to this point, man, on this call?
Bro, do you see how like slow the conversation is?
Yeah, bro, this is from you, bro. I'm replicating all this shit from you, bro. I remember even like you asked me, bro, like you go, bro, Mick, like, see how you're doing this now. I remember like 12, 15, 16 months ago, me and Evan Dowley looking at your calls, bro, in fucking Spain, setting. And like, I'm just like, Eva, bro, look at this Ito fella and how he's conducting himself compared to the other boys on 11 Rad's team. How he's just like, fucking just, and then he talks. It's so powerful, bro. And that's exactly
You're doing
what
it, bro. You're doing it. Your own way, though. Like, these are your words. These aren't mine.
3 years later,
I
where we have
appreciate
nothing left to lose.
Actually, that's a combination. It's what do I have left to lose, but what do I have left to gain?
Interesting.
Mhm.
Expand on that for me.
Good, because I
Yeah.
didn't understand that either.
I didn't understand what the fuck that meant, bro.
Good. That's why you asked him, because you're curious. What does that mean?
So, okay, what's the worst scenario? I already played it out. All right, worst scenario, lose a car, possibly lose a job if needed, if that were to come for whatever XYZ reason. Um, worst scenario again would be, mom gets excessively sick. Then what? All right, well, just gotta keep on going at that point. But what if I had everything else to gain? What if I,
Mhm.
got to my next level, hit the goals, have an abundance of resources to actually provide for any kind of medication, any kind of expenses that may come up medically for either my mom or my dad, my brothers, my sisters. It's not just me that I'm working on here. It's I'm providing for.
Bro, can you come to the group training today? I want to go over this one with the guys.
Yeah, I've a call at 8 though. What, we finished around
It'll
9 o'clock.
be in an hour from now. You'll be good?
8 Eastern. I have a call. What time does the Oak start at?
Oh, 8 Eastern?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it's from 3 to 5 Eastern,
Oh, lovely.
which is in an hour from now. It's
Oh
2
shit.
Eastern right now.
No, sorry. I mean, sorry. I mean 8.
8
Fucking
Dublin.
Dublin time. Yeah. But I'll be finished at 9. Like it's 60 minutes, bro. How long
Okay,
is this
okay,
yoke
so,
going for?
bro, what time is it for you right now?
It's 7. So 8. Like it's in an hour. I have this yoke. 3 Eastern. But it'll be finished at 4. How long is this group
Okay,
coaching call
so
going
so
for?
you'll be able to come the second hour then. Got it. So once you're done the call,
Yeah.
just hop in, and then we'll finish reviewing it too.
It's for them as
Hell
well.
yeah.
And painting that bigger picture for myself, that's where it comes back around to what do I have left to gain? Like, what is my potential? I'm only here for who knows how long. So why not make the most out of it? Like, why settle for less? Why settle for the life in which I've been handed? Why not create the life that I have envisioned?
Bro, you want to hear something that will fucking nail him at this point?
What?
How many times have you asked yourself those questions? This many times. If you can whistle, whistle. Be like, shh, I can't whistle.
Why?
Like
In
a
what way?
like the whoa, like the like when a hot
Oh,
girl passes by. Not the two, like the one, like the phew, that one. Can you do that?
does that pick up on the
Do
bro?
it.
It's a fucking mic. Like it's too good, bro. It doesn't pick up.
It's too good. It doesn't pick up on the whistle.
Bro,
Um,
what is this?
you
So
know what I
shit.
say? It's so
What?
funny, bro. I
What?
say I do this. I'm like, shh, if only I could whistle.
Do you actually say that? Bro, you are a gas
Because I
cunt,
can't
bro.
whistle, bro. I can't
That
whistle.
is still funny, bro. You are a gas cunt, bro. But even still, bro, like that's so shit. It doesn't pick up, man. My little whistle. That's
Uh,
actually a good whistle I have, bro.
oh,
Like,
that sounds pretty solid. Um, but but he's like, why settle for this? Why settle for less? Why not this? Why not this? I'll be like, how many times have you asked yourself that already? This many
Mm,
times. Whoa. How many times do you want to keep asking yourself this? How many more times do you want to ask yourself this? How many more
mm,
conversations with yourself do you want to have about this?
mm.
Zero,
Yeah,
nothing, never.
yeah.
Why? Because it fits the conversation, or do you actually mean it? No, because I'm actually done. I'm done this time. Yeah.
Today's day and age, it
Golden,
would be
bro.
impossible not to win.
That version of you that was working on this confidence the last 3 years, the version of you that was letting life happen to him. What do you think prevented you from actually getting to a stage where you're not at the mercy of these companies and you actually have that longevity?
Mm.
We know it's the lack of confidence, the fear. So we should have just gotten straight into it. Like that fear that you mentioned earlier, that lack of confidence.
Yeah,
What do
that
you
was
think?
it, bro. I didn't know how to like. I was at this point. I was like, all right. He says like
You
he
already
was
you already
so
got it. You already got it. You got the fear
right.
without saying fear. So now you can go
Oh,
into like very clearly, right? He told you like very, very clearly that he was like doubting himself and things like that.
mhm,
And he would always look at like I have things to lose and this and that. Now he's like,
right.
I'm like, what do I have left to lose? So now we can say like, it's like that fear, like that lack of
Mhm.
confidence. Um, where was I going with it? Like yeah, like what were you afraid of happening? What has it cost you? Which is what you asked. What were you afraid of happening? So you didn't need to ask this.
Prevented you, right? Because I was stuck in the mud there a bit, bro. I was like, okay, fuck, like, I'm 3 inches
You,
away from gold.
but I mean, look, you answered your own question. Look,
More so with lack of confidence.
so you asked him, what prevented you? And then you said the lack of confidence. That's it.
Right?
It's the lack of confidence. So instead of
Okay.
saying this, because you already got
Yeah.
there, you don't need to like, ask him what prevented you because you already got
Uh-huh.
that, right? So now you go into like, okay, so like with that lack of confidence, that fear, what does that cost you so far these last 3 years? You holding on to it. Like you holding on to that fear for those last 3 years. What does it cost you?
Hmm.
Earlier, we could have asked, like, how does that show up in your mind? How does fear disguise itself in your mind? Right? What does it typically tell you? Do it
Right.
later, do this, do this. You just go back to this recording and watch when I said it. That it would have been a good time to say it at that point. I forgot when.
I have the
Uh,
timestamps written down, but
okay, cool. So
can
you
I
don't
say the word fear if he doesn't say it?
you can just repeat it back to him. So like that lack of confidence, like a fear, yeah? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That lack of confidence. Okay, so like a fear, like self-doubt, yeah? Yeah. Okay, cool. Now it's like it's there. He doesn't have to tell you the
It's
word
it. You planted the seed.
FEAR. Yeah, you're just planting to see it.
Okay.
He's like, yeah, fear. I just like to say it, so it's out there.
Oh,
There's
yeah, I like
not,
that.
we're not
I
like
like that.
dancing around it. So like if they'll tell me
Yeah.
feared, but just like fear in a different word, I'll be like self-doubt. Okay, got it. So like self-doubt, like fear, yeah? Yeah, got it. Cool. Label.
Sick.
More so with lack of confidence, what were you afraid of happening?
That can come back around to my faith. In the Bible, I don't know if you read, but in the Bible it says, "Do not be afraid," at least 365 times. I always take that to heart. Okay, for 365 days out of the year,
Mhm.
God wants you not to be afraid. That's how I've interpreted it. And it's a reminder as I've gotten closer to my faith. Like, hey, if you're gonna do something, just don't do it, but don't be afraid. Have faith. Have faith the size of a mustard seed, and
Mhm.
you'll see what's possible. And this year,
Fuck is a mustard seed.
I don't fucking know, to be fair.
They're tiny.
So yeah, bro, that's what I was thinking. Like a mustard seed's the size of his faith. That's not big, my friend.
The
Yeah.
fuck is this?
That's not like maybe it's like when the seed grows or something, it's huge.
Well, I fucking hope so, lad.
Yeah, should have
Yeah,
slapped that
hope,
fella around for
mate.
that. I should have paused the whole call, be like, mate, hold on a sec. What do you mean?
Yeah,
But
I would have like I would have searched it up, screen shared it, and be like, mate, what the
mate,
fuck
what
kind of mustard seed are you talking about?
mate, like what are you saying, you little brat?
Mate, what the fuck are you saying? And just fucking screen share the mustard seed.
Must- little peanut head. Little peanut head. What do you mean?
A peanut of a thing, yeah?
and a half alone that I've been growing within my faith, it's proven to show such a truer concept that I could not have otherwise
Mhm.
fathomed beforehand.
Man, I want you to know that it's totally normal to have felt afraid, scared, fear when it comes to getting to this. You'd be surprised how different it is for each individual. But the overarching,
Look at him when you say that. That's
When I
impactful.
say that specific word,
No, like it's just like this part. It's like you're talking to him, right?
right? Oh, okay. Yeah.
man, I want you,
Like I know you're thinking, which is why you're like looking around kind of, but this is like pretty impactful. Look at his face when you say this.
Um,
man, I want you to know
I
that
also
it's
was thinking, bro,
totally
would you have said that there? Like, would you? Because I know if I gave him
Let
the
me
dog
let
the
me
bone.
see it. Let me go through it.
Yeah,
normal to have felt afraid, scared, fear when it comes to getting to this. You'd be surprised how different it is for each individual. But the overarching thing was always just they were afraid of something. I'm
Hmm.
curious, man, what type of fear was it?
Fear of failure, but also fear of success.
Boom. This we could have gotten 10 minutes ago.
understood.
Fear. What was the fear of? Fear of this. Got it.
Yeah,
Simple. Yeah.
yeah,
No need to overcomplicate it. Very good though. You could have gotten it half the time though.
yeah.
because when we delay failure, we also delay success. And when it comes to how normal it is, like, what age did you start driving?
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 17-year-old.
Good. You could also ask, why would it fail?
Say it again.
You could also ask, like, so he's a fear failure, yeah? Okay, why
Yeah.
would it fail? What does
Gotcha.
failure look like to you?
Okay.
Reframe failure to him. Because in his mind, failure is like trying something and it's not working out. But what's a bigger failure, that? Or never trying
Or
at all?
regret.
Yeah. Right? What would
Interesting,
make you
bro.
feel, you know? You can also like reframe what fear is, what failure is, sorry.
Okay.
And then they realize like that's retarded for them to say that they're afraid of failing because they're already failing. You know?
Right. What would be the reframe you would use for that?
So yeah, so I'm afraid of failure. What does failure look like to you? Failure looks like if I try it and it doesn't work. Okay. Well, by you not trying anything right now and letting fear control you for those last 3 years, would you say you're succeeding? No. If you like can also challenge him earlier on like him not being the provider. It's like you not being that provider that you say you want to be. Does that sound like success to you? No. So if we're not succeeding, we're what? We're failing.
Okay.
So if we're already failing, why be afraid of failure if we're already in it? So now he's like, oh shit. Actually, I'm already in failure. And I'm going to stay in failure if I keep staying this way. So even if I try and it doesn't work, that's not a failure. I learned from it or I earned from it. Either way. That is like higher level way of handling fear. The lower level is like those analogies of like, when did you start driving?
Yeah.
That I would only use those analogies of like driving for the first time and doing something for the first time if they say it's because it's their first time doing it.
Ah, understood.
That's
I
when
was wondering if it made sense fucking saying that piece of shit.
yeah, that's when it would make more sense.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm afraid of failing because it's my first time doing it. Well, just because it's your first time doing it, does that mean you're going to fail? Like, what age did you start driving? 17. Okay, so at 16, like you haven't done it before, right? Blah, blah, blah analogy. Yeah. But that, like, we're not really there until like, it's my first time doing something like this, so I'm scared. It's not like we're not in that conversation. So he said fear of failure. Okay. What does failure like look like to you? Or why would it fail?
Mhm.
And then you can say like, you can use a gym analogy or fucking anything that he's done in his life.
Right.
Him leaving his relationship, his 9-year relationship, right? Like going back to that experience. Like leaving a 9-year relationship despite like, you know, that's another analogy, which is the best because it's his own example.
It's the best.
It's not like a hypothetical. Like this already happened. So he's going
Yeah.
to like relate with it very directly. Yeah.
Mm. That's high
Because
level,
when
mate.
we delay failure, we also delay success. And when it comes to how normal it is, like, what age did you start driving?
You see how it's like a bit,
17.
you see how it's like a bit off?
Yeah, it doesn't. I knew in my head, brother. Like it
You even,
didn't.
I could tell you felt off even asking it
Like
just by how
yeah,
you
bro.
delivered it.
And
So,
yeah,
but that's fine. You didn't know that. This is now like now it makes sense to you. Yeah.
100%.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 17-year-old Uriel. Before you hop behind the wheel, for the first time? Were you a bit scared?
Intimidated, yeah, but I didn't feel like I was, you know,
Bit nervous?
yeah, a little nervous.
Okay.
Hmm.
And were you 100% guaranteed to succeed?
You don't succeed in driving.
True.
Like, oh, I'm sure you were nervous. Like, I don't know, your dad's gonna yell at you because they're sitting next to you and you don't want to crash or hit a car or park improperly or something like that. There was no guarantee that wouldn't happen, but why'd you still decide to drive? Learn how to drive. That's when it would work, but it's not going to land that hard here.
Hmm. Probably not,
Well,
but I
probably
still
not,
had like
or you were.
there was still some doubt lingering.
And did you start the engine anyways?
Yeah, I did. The instructor told me to.
And he's still driving today?
Yep, manual.
Man, that fear of failure. What has it cost you the last 3 years letting that get in the way?
It's costing me stress and actually more fear of
Huh.
like, damn, what if I don't do this in
Interesting.
time? What if I don't?
Do those thoughts support you wanting to become a provider and a leader? No. Do those what ifs support the vision that you have for yourself or the vision that you don't want? The vision that I don't want. Now we could start. Now we can go into consequence. And if he keeps holding on to that fear, yeah, keeps holding on to those beliefs because we know what it's cost him. Now we're going to ask him what it's going to keep costing him. And then we can do 1.0 versus 2.0
Understood.
because we have a
Bro,
very,
now it's just starting to click, bro.
now it's starting to click. Yeah.
You're making sense, my friend.
Look where we're at now.
Go.
We're in like more of the middle of the call now. We
Mm.
never got to the middle a few weeks ago
Yeah, true. We were looking at the first 7 minutes, man.
because there was too many fuck ups in the beginning that we had to fix. Now there's like way less fuck ups. There's like a few tweaks here and there that we do differently, but like we're getting close to the middle now.
Yeah.
So that just knows we're getting better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to finish this recording at the coaching call. So whenever you come in, we'll pull it up. In the meantime, I'll just watch someone else's. But brother, fucking great job. I am seeing drastic improvement from you every single week. I see something else that you are implementing, and it's a lot. You're not just implementing one thing, you're implementing a bunch of things, and it's fucking working, clearly. Great
Thank you,
job.
brother.
Keep this shit up.
Bro,
Yeah, go on.
like I'm just like it comes back to what I said earlier about you were like, oh man, like look at you, like you're taking a few seconds, you're actually listening, you're actually fucking
Yeah.
having that thing, bro. That like it's just it's you. It's you,
It's not me,
man.
it's you, asshole.
All right. It's me as a result of getting coached by you. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say.
Okay.
But you still had to
Reframe.
implement what I taught you. It's like it goes both ways, yeah?
Yeah, understood.
Which you implemented very, very well and very quickly. That's why your calls are looking this way.